Ruth, you want to start off?
Actually, you start your us first.
Okay,
because
yes,
yours and then mine, and then we put it together. So
yeah.
it's such a unique story.
So yes, long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. No, I'm just kidding. A long time ago, which would be approximately 8 years ago by now, 2012, Memorial Day weekend. Oh my God, the anniversary is coming up. Wait, today is the 20th. Today is May 20th.
Wait, did we just miss our anniversary?
Nope.
No.
May 22nd.
It's our anniversary.
In 2012, May 22nd was on a Sunday, and it was Memorial Day weekend. The 23rd was Memorial Day. And that Sunday evening, I decided to attend a rooftop lounge party or gathering located at the Hotel Empire, which is in Lincoln Center of Manhattan. I went with a buddy of mine, and yeah, we were just chilling, you know, not gonna lie, looking to meet some girls, you know, pick up some chicks. It was going okay, you know, and then there was an enclosure, an inside space where the drinks were being held and people were gathering. There was an outdoor space, and I was in the outdoor part, entering the doorway to get to the inside part. And that's where I saw Ruth and one of her friends exiting. And at that time, I looked at her, she looked at me, both smiled. I continued on my way, she continued on her way. And I was like, yeah, she's cute. We made eye contact, and that was the beginning of it all. That's where it all started. And now I'm gonna let Ruth tell her part.
Alright, so with my part, I was working upstate New York with a family, and I lived there, and I would usually come in the city on the weekends, alone, obviously. So I'd stay in the city, Saturday and Sunday, and I'd be home back upstate New York on Sunday evening. So obviously this is Memorial Day weekend. It's like a huge party. Everybody goes out, meets up with friends, everyone goes for dancing, drinking, whatever it is. So for one time in my life only, I decided to go to a rooftop party. And I went on this website called meetup.com. There was thousands and thousands of parties all around New York City, and I ended up choosing that particular one. It was mostly for singles and professionals meeting on the rooftop, like a nice lounge party. So I decided to go by myself, which I never do. First of all, I never go out. Second of all, I never go out by myself, because you know how girls, it's kind of a little intimidating when you go out by yourself. But that day, I was just like, oh, I really want to go somewhere. I really want to get out. So I went to this party, and then that's when I met one of my friends there. I met this girl there, and then while we were at the party, we ordered some drinks and stuff like that. Now, towards like the middle of the party, I was telling the girl that I met was like, there's not a lot of good looking guys in here. And I was like, well, you know, maybe it is true. There's not a lot of good looking guys in there. So we were in the enclosed part of the rooftop lounge, and there was also like an outside part on the rooftop, like it was all the way to the top of the hotel. So as we were in the enclosed, while she was telling me, oh, there's no good looking guys in here, we were going outside, and then while we're going outside of the enclosed part, I saw Derek coming in from the outside enclosed part, and I was telling my friend, well, look at him, he's good looking. So then I looked at you, and he looked at me, and then we both looked at each other, and then we crossed each other. So when we crossed each other, I didn't see him for a while, and then all of a sudden I saw a guy following me around the place. So my friend had gone to get something to drink, and while I was taking a sip of her drink, I saw this guy sitting in the corner eye looking at me, and I was wondering wondering why is this guy just sitting there looking at me like that. And I realized it was Derek. It was the same guy that I met while we were passing each other.
He's now a creep.
We passed each other. I said, look, he's good looking. He was coming in, and our eyes matched.
That's right.
Not so weird how like things happen.
Yes.
So weird. But anyway, so then he was sitting there, and then I was waiting for him to get up and talk to me, but he wouldn't do it. So.
I didn't.
No, you didn't.
Oh yeah, that's right. I didn't.
I told you to come up.
I wasn't sure.
Get up.
I was trying to. I was a little bit nervous, a little bit anxious. I was like, you know, there's this girl, this beautiful girl I want to meet, I want to talk to, but you know, just had to gather up the courage and get over there. And eventually, I did. You know.
I tweeted too.
Yeah.
I was like, and you, what's your name?
Oh yeah, that's right.
You were sitting there like this, just looking, and eventually, when I realized he wasn't gonna say anything, I was like, oh man, this poor guy, he's afraid to talk to a black woman. I'm just gonna help him. Well, it wasn't true for you, but in my mind, I was thinking the reason why you weren't talking to me is because you probably were like a little bit, you know.
You might have thought that. But
I might have thought that. So I eventually said, hey, hi, how are you? And then that's when you got up and started talking to me.
Yeah.
I give you a little bit of a
Yes, she did. She gave me a little kick in the boot.
Yeah.
Kick in the caboose to
yeah.
get me going. And I did. And then it was great. The conversation was great. You know, her friend was nice. And, you know, at that time, my buddy had left because he was just like, he just gave up. So, you know, for me being there, it was great. The conversation was nice. We were talking. And then, you know, after some conversation, you know, I got a little loaded. You know, I was drinking. She wasn't really.
I wasn't really. No.
You know, the first few attempts, you know, I tried to kiss her that time. And I was like, oh, I should just go for it. And she rejected me at first. But then after that, you know, it happened.
I gave in.
It happened. Yeah, she gave in. We ended up making out, actually. It was nice. Very passionate kissing. And so that was pretty cool. And yeah, it was a great night overall. It was really nice. And then I remember she had told me that, you know, she had to go, let's see, she was staying in the city. Yeah. I wasn't. And I asked to stay over. She's like, no, you can't. You know, I tried to, no. I tried to do that, of course, but you know, she, you know, wouldn't have it, which I understand completely. It was very respectable. So, you know, so I did my thing after that. After that night, she did her thing, and then, you know, I texted her later saying, you know, it was really nice to meet you, and maybe we could see each other tomorrow sometime. And I think she did have Memorial Day off. She didn't have to go back upstate.
Yeah, I had that Monday off. Yeah,
she had that Monday off, so she had let me know that, you know, maybe tomorrow we can meet up, and that was that. And I was actually, I think I was staying in the city that night, actually. I don't think I went home alone. Yes, I stayed at my younger brother's apartment. I didn't go back home to Long Island. I stayed at my younger brother's apartment. And yeah, and then the next morning I texted her saying, hey, let's grab some breakfast. It was nice. Yeah, I said, like, are you free? Let's just grab some breakfast. And, you know, it was kind of unique, you know, because no one who asked for breakfast the next day. But, you know, I did. I was like, yeah, I have to. And, you know, she's like, sure. I think she was, like, surprised, you know, which was good. And I went downtown. And, you know, she was staying in Soho. And I was like outside of her apartment. I called her. I was like, hey, it's Derek. It's me. I'm outside. She comes out. She's like on the balcony. She's like, hey, it's so funny. She's like talking. We're talking, like not yelling at each other, but we had to raise our voice. You know, there's people around and everything. And, you know, she told me she'd be ready in a few minutes. So I waited for her. She came down. And then we had breakfast at what would soon become our favorite place, Delicatessen. Yes. Delicatessen on Prince Street. Yeah. Now, unfortunately, the place closed down last year. Yeah. It sucks.
It's our favorite place
to eat. It was our favorite place to eat. Yeah, it was just, we gathered there. It was just our hangout, our place to go. For both brunch, lunch, and dinner.
Breakfast and everything. All three was fun.
Unfortunately, like we said, it shut down, which sucks. But, yeah. And then, so babe, we're having brunch or breakfast, and you tell what happens.
So we have brunch and breakfast, and that's it, I guess. No, we had brunch and breakfast. We got to know a little bit more about each other, and we
had our first fight.
We did?
No, I'm just kidding. No, we didn't have our first fight. No, it was a really nice meal.
But remember when I had the tater tots and the guy messed up my brunch or something, and he had to send it back.
I don't remember.
And you were like, oh, Ruth, maybe it's okay. And I'm like, it's not okay.
Oh yeah, that's right. And she was, and that was just a prelude, a little taste of what was to come. But it was
You should
so
have ran right out there.
Yeah, maybe.
Right after that.
No,
But
I
anyway.
couldn't have.
No.
But it was a nice meal. It was great. You know, she said she had to go take the bus back upstate afterwards when we were done. So, you know, we had a nice little brunch, like we said. And then we walked
Upstate
around
New
a little
York,
bit.
FYI, upstate, so New York is huge. Upstate New York is about
it's
2 hours.
Right.
from
Well,
the
it's
city.
huge. Upstate New York is like a huge area. Basically, you're talking about Albany and parts north of there, and to the west as well. I mean, it's sometimes not even all the way up north to Albany, even places further south of there, like Kingston. It's considered like upstate New York, like
Yeah.
Woodstock.
Yes.
And that's where she
was.
worked. Yeah. She
It was
lived and
about
worked at the
2
time.
hours from the city.
From the city, yeah, going upstate. So
Yeah.
then we communicated, we chatted. She came down every weekend. We met up and
No, that didn't happen because you know what happened?
oh, that didn't.
I went upstate New York. After we had our brunch, I went upstate New York. Derek didn't hear from me from 2 weeks.
I don't remember that.
Oh yeah, because remember I told you the phone message? Okay, so during those 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, I remember.
During those 2 weeks, I was working upstate. I didn't come into the city for 2 weeks. So I didn't hear from him. Actually, after our brunch, I was just like, oh, okay, that's just another guy, basically.
Yes.
So I went upstate New York, and I was like, I'm probably not going to see him again. Because, you know, it takes me a little longer to be attached to somebody. So then what happened was, like, where I worked upstate, it was all the way in the woods. And we didn't really have Wi-Fi unless you come into the town. So one day I came into the town, and then while I was grocery shopping, bringing stuff back to the house, I got a voicemail, and the voicemail was Derek. He had called me and left me this long 1-2 minute voicemail on my phone about how his day was and how he was out with his mom on her birthday, and they went to dinner, and then they went there and they went here. And I was like, that's a little different, because you know, usually when guys call you, they just want to just meet up and stuff and do things that you don't want to do. But this one was a little different. He was just telling me about how his day was, and I was like, wow, that is very different for a guy to just do that. So that's when I was like, I like him. I think I like him. And then I came down the weekend after, and then I saw you again. So I always tell him that voicemail saved him.
Yeah, she did.
That voicemail did, because I was not that he wasn't good looking. He was great looking, but I wasn't in the mind. I wasn't in the right mind to be dating somebody, and I wasn't ready to date anybody. And I think him doing that voicemail kind of opened up my heart.
Yeah.
To be able to see, this guy is different. I kind of want to pursue.
Yes, or better yet, the right mindset.
Yes, I wasn't in the right mindset.
Trouble with the thing, I got that too.
Exactly.
So moral of the story is, gentlemen, voicemails can do you a world of good, you know? Leave us some nice messages, you know?
Don't say, meet me at 11 p.m.
Yeah. Don't, you know, if you truly, you know, want to get to know the person, the girl, whatever, just leave a nice voicemail.
Voicemail.
And yeah, so there you have it, guys.
guys.
That's our meeting. Any comments, questions, or concerns, please let us know down below.
Any questions, and we can do a Q&A. So leave your questions down below as well.
All right, so thank you for watching, and
we love you all.
All right, bye guys.
Bye.